Hey, welcome back to the Getting Started series of Sellr Screencasts. I'm Jake, and I'll be taking you through the basics in getting yourself a store that's ready to sell. In the last video, we went over some simple website editing functions. Now, we're going to go over a few ways to set up items for your store. The most important screen for this is the Item Manager. To get there, just click on Manage, Items. In here, we can create, edit, and, manage our items. There's just one important thing I want to explain before we get to that. Categories and collections. These are more or less what they sound like. Categories will divide your store into smaller menus. For example, a clothes shop might have categories for t-shirts, trousers, jumpers, jackets, and so on. This helps you organize your store into sizable chunks for your customers to browse easily. Categories fit inside larger super categories. With the same analogy, a clothes shop might also have separate sections for men and women's clothes. And super categories help you separate categories even further. Collections, on the other hand, offer an extra way to organize and display items separately from categories. While a clothes shop might have separate specific item types as categories, they could also use collections to separate by brand or season, something like that. This lets your customers choose how they'd like to view your items. If some of your items fit into a specific theme, even if they're different kinds of items, you may want to put them into a collection. There are also super collections as well, which basically do the same thing as with super categories. All of these can be advertised on your homepage too, and using these properly will make a massive difference to the quality of your store. So back to the Manage Item screen. Many pages on Sellr use a similar layout to this, so let's break down the page's layout. We have blue links along the top here that each take you to a different page. You can use stock control to automatically adjust stock levels, create and manage categories and super categories, and a whole lot more that we'll go over in the future. You have your navigation options. These come in very handy if you have a lot of items for sale. When you add a new item, it'll be added to the category selected here by default. The table in the center here is where your items can be found. You'll have some demo items here by default. If you're wondering what these headers mean along the top, you can hover over all of the shortened ones to see what they are. You can also click on a few of them to change how the page orders items, though I'd recommend mostly sticking to the order option, which reflects the order that items will appear on your website. Okay, let's get stuck in then. To add our first item, we'll click on Easy New Item. Just type in the name, enter a code of your choice, add a price, add a weight. This can be used to calculate shipping fees down the line. Type out a description, and attach an image. You can also add the item to a collection from here, though I'll leave that for now. And when you're ready, click Save. Nice and easy, right? If we quickly go over to Edit mode, and navigate to that category, we can see the item we just added. So that was adding an easy item. But say you want to have a bit more control over how it's laid out. Let's go back to Manage Items. Now we'll click on Add a New Item. When we do this, it'll bring up the Item Properties menu on the right hand side. The Properties menu can be reached at any time by clicking on the code of an existing item, including the easy one we just made. Same as before, you'll want to add an item code, price, name, weight, and so on. In this menu though, you'll also have access to a lot of other things like stock control, modifiers, overriding shipping prices, and so on. This menu will contain most of the details to customize your items to fit the situation. Once you're done, again, go to the bottom of the page, and click Save. So you may notice there are a few things we didn't do there, namely adding an image and a description. If you'd like to add an image, click on this tree icon and upload it here. For a description, just click on this page icon. In here, you can add multiple descriptions, and they'll all be displayed on the items page. This is very handy if you need to include other information, things like technical specifications. When you're done with that, you can go back and check this one in edit mode too. but I'm just going to move on to something slightly different. We'll still be adding an item, but this item has a few variations in color, so the workflow will be slightly different. This time, we'll click on Easy New Item again. Like before, enter the name, code, price, etc. This time though, once we've added our description, we'll scroll down and check this box here labeled Tick if this item has variations. This will turn our new easy item into an item group and let us add variations very quickly and easily. Just type the variation in this box and add each of the variations in this section here. I only need 2 colors, red and blue. I'm going to add the image too, and click Save. Now this item looks slightly different. If we click on this link, we can expand the item group, and we have more control over each variation. You can add unique images and descriptions to each one, as well as edit their properties separately. I'll go ahead and add the images. Once you're done, let's head back into edit mode and see how it looks. Gorgeous. And it didn't take long either. Of course, if you have a lot of items to add, then that might take a while. But that's nothing that a nice cup of tea and some relaxing music can't fix. Getting used to this process, as well as understanding which method is best for each circumstance, will be crucial to your success with Sellr. So feel free to go ahead and add lots more products to your store before approaching the next step. Don't forget that if you need any support, just go to Help, Contact Us, send us over an email with your store ID and support tag. Make sure to hit like if this video has helped you, and subscribe so we can continue to improve the quality of our videos. Thanks for watching, and happy selling.